Well, are you telling me a multidisciplinary course doesn't count toward graduation?
If it counts towards graduation, it'd be a Category 1. Any course that is required or counts towards graduation is a Category 1 course. So if it's part of the 40 for Core 40 or 47 for academic honors, it doesn't matter what that course is. If it counts for graduation, they can be reimbursed in Category 1 for that.
But if a school corporation has an expectation of it, so many credits for graduation beyond.
Is it correct that any course that a district would identify as being in compliance with our requirements for graduation will be funded in Category 1?
Yes.
Whether it's multidisciplinary, what was the other label?
Yeah, multidisciplinary
elective.
or an
Yeah.
elective.
So
A multidisciplinary course could be an elective course if it counts towards graduation.
Category 1 is all inclusive
Yeah.
of things in Category 3 if they satisfy a need for a graduation requirement.
Yeah, and that graduation requirements is pretty non-specific. It could be if you have a local requirement, and it's used that way as well.
You know, here's I guess listen. You know, I live in an agricultural community, and the SAE ag class is a big deal in our school
Yeah.
for 20 kids, and that's a summer class.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure that we're still getting reimbursed for that class. Is that an elective, or is that a multidisciplinary class?
Is it a requirement for graduation? Could it satisfy?
Apparently, it can't be a requirement for
Why not?
graduation because only 20 kids are taking it, and only 10 kids are graduating with an ag degree. So it can't be.
Does it meet a requirement?
It would meet the direct elective requirement in the Core 40, five courses.
That's what I'm
5
asking.
credits.
That's I just want to. But I still don't understand the difference between a multidisciplinary and an elective. Then.
And the multidisciplinary has been, let's see, last year it was about 350,000, so only 5% of the overall high school courses. The year before it was only 100,000, 200,000 the year before. So it's
what
not
you may
a
want to
big
do
pot.
to satisfy his concern is Category 3 is trumped by Category 1. So a multidisciplinary course that does not otherwise count toward graduation is a Category 3 course.
Okay.
A multidisciplinary course that counts toward graduation,
So-
as in the SAE course, is a Category 1 course.
So we could just change, instead of using the word multidisciplinary, just say Category 3, grades 9 through 12, courses that do not count towards graduation. With
Yeah.
that?
Courses that don't count toward graduation. That would.
Sure.
Because of kids in
That's-
ag, he's getting credit for that class toward his graduation.
Yeah.
That would be would provide better clarity.
I don't think so. And we had enough, if we go back a slide, right, in 2011, even the multidisciplinary was only $400,000. So we're still nowhere near that. It was $100,000 the year before. The only year we would have went over would have been 2008, and it was only $350,000. So we still would have reimbursed. That puts that about 18.6. So you're only 300,000 over on 18.3. So that's like a 96, 97% reimbursement rate still.
I don't have a problem with this. I just, for my own thing, so when somebody asks me what's a multidisciplinary class, I'd like to be able to tell them.
Yeah, I thought the same thing when I read it. It's
And
just,
so I'd like to have either some examples or a definition of what a multidisciplinary class is. So when somebody says to me, Mike, what's a multidisciplinary class, I like to say,
maybe like basic skills development. There's a few high school courses that won't count towards graduation, and
yeah. And like I said, I think if we can have an
Yeah.
explanation of that, that would be.
yes, we'll make that shift.
Need a motion?
With those changes, do we have a motion to accept the recommendation?
So moved.
We have a motion. We have a second? We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The next item is approval of request for committees to work on the IPS board redistricting. Need to just kind of make a couple comments here. Basically, the way I understand this process, and this happened in 2000.
Happens once every 10 years.
Once every 10 years, so. IPS and the Department of Ed will submit proposals. We will ask the board for the authority to convene a group of community members who will support the department throughout the process of the DOE developing the proposal. I would suggest that we accept proposals from members of the community and that the department be charged with providing transparent guidelines for that submission. That is consistent with what we have done in the past. We have provided the opportunity for community members to submit proposals. Now, obviously, with technology and map drawing skills and what have you, we're going to need to put out some pretty clear guidance on this. So, I would like to see us have the department have the authority to engage community members, but also provide guidelines for the department to accept proposals from the community at large.
I just want to make a comment about that.
Mhm.
I agree with it and support it. I know corporations who haven't abided by IC20 for 20 years, so are we comfortable with that? Should other corporations, that their districts, they've redistrict, but they haven't redrawn their board boundaries? This only applies to IPS.
Yeah,
Understand, but I know there's others interested in this, so whatever we do.
We don't have statutory authority.
Yeah, see, that's the difference. The statutory
so-
authority just applies to IPS for this issue.
Oh, good, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
It's a good question,
Yes.
but this is specific.
I read that, I thought-
I'll tell you later. It's the mindset that board,
So what
this
do
is
you
all
need, Tony?
Yes, we need a motion and a second. And
I'll make a motion to,
we have a motion. Do we have a second?
What's the time frame for this work having to be done?
It's our goal to have the board's final decision on the IPS boundaries at the May meeting. For anyone to run for, as a board member in the November 2012 election, the window opens up for their nomination at the end of July, so that would give a couple of months for the dust to settle and folks to.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Future meetings. Two things. One, we would ask if the February meeting can be moved to February 8th, as the board will be considering public comment to the A through F rule on the final language. So that would give us greater opportunity for that. And secondly, we would like to see if the board can schedule the March meeting on March 6th.
Which would be one day earlier than currently scheduled, right?
I think so.
okay, do
February
the,
8th, and what's the other one?
March 6th,
you want to move the March, you want to move the February 1st meeting
to,
to
the 8th.
Right,
Yes.
okay, we can do that.
And the March to March 6th.
Tuesday.
The March meeting, March 6th. February 8th, I'm away from the city.
Becky, you need to make sure you check if they have some.
Sarah and Vicki.
March, I'm sorry.
The 6th?
That's from Wednesday to Tuesday.
Yeah.
Why are we doing that Wednesday?
Pardon me?
Why are we doing the Wednesday to Tuesday again?
I'm gonna, yeah.
Scheduling.
So March 6th.
Big reasons for the committee that
Go for the
hearing day.
Yes, same, 9 o'clock, this room. If that works, is it,
I'll miss February. I'm away from the city. I haven't come in.
I can do both of them.
Any-
consensus
Anything
then
else?
that everybody, okay, we'll get those
Any other
changed.
business to discuss? Hearing none, do we have a motion to adjourn? We have a motion, second? All in favor? Aye. Here, no one opposed?